There is nothing better than having a consistent supply of fresh eggs from your very own flock of hens. If your hens produce more eggs than your family can eat daily, you will quickly begin to accumulate eggs. You may be wondering, how long do farm fresh eggs last and how should you store them? Farm eggs can be kept at room temperature for 2 weeks to a month if they are unwashed. After that, they need to be stored in the fridge. If freshly laid eggs are refrigerated, they can be stored for 3 months or up to 6 months in an airtight container. While fresh farm eggs definitely taste the best within 2 weeks of their harvest, they can be stored for a surprisingly long time. Learning good egg handling and storage skills are essential for ensuring that your farm fresh eggs keep for as long as possible. So, what should you do with fresh eggs when you get them? If you keep a tidy, clean coop so that eggs are free of mud and muck when you collect them, you will not need to wash your eggs. Unless eggs are filthy, it is better not to wash them. If you have to wash eggs, rinse them in lukewarm water and use unfragrance soap if necessary to gently scrub them free of dirt or excrement. Whether you obtain your eggs from a farmer's market or a friend or family member with a productive backyard flock, you will want to store your eggs in the refrigerator to ensure that they retain maximum freshness and flavor. However, because farm fresh eggs are generally unwashed, their bloom protects them. The bloom is also known as the cuticle. It is an invisible layer that seals the egg from oxygen and bacteria. Unwashed eggs can, therefore, also safely be stored on the counter at room temperature. Let's talk about how long you can store fresh eggs on the counter. Farm fresh eggs do not carry an expiry date like store-bought ones, so you may be wondering how long they stay fresh and safe to eat for. The answer is longer than you might think. An egg can be stored on the counter or in the pantry at room temperature for up to a month. They may even be safe to eat after this, but you should do a freshness test just to be on the safe side. Keeping fresh eggs in the refrigerator helps to maintain their quality and allows them to be stored for 7 times longer. You can safely store freshly laid eggs in the refrigerator for 3 to 6 months. Some people report keeping eggs in the fridge for 8 months or even a year, but this is not recommended. Store your eggs in a carton or sealed container. Let's talk about the egg freshness test. This is a great way to test if an egg is still good to eat. Fill a medium-sized bowl with water. Place the egg in question in the water gently and see if it sinks or floats. If the egg floats, it is no longer good to eat. If the egg sinks and lies horizontally on its side, it is perfectly good to eat. If it sinks but remains straight up, it is about 3 months old and should thus be eaten soon. This is because freshly laid eggs do not have an air bubble inside. As the egg cools, a bubble forms between the inner membrane and the shell, usually on the wide end of the egg. Eggshells are porous, and over time, the yolk absorbs liquid from the albumen, and moisture and gas escape through the pores in the shell. This causes the air bubble to grow. Finally, some tips for storing farm fresh eggs for longer. The optimal temperature for storing eggs is 7 degrees Celsius or 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Keeping them at this temperature will maximize storage time. Do not wash fresh eggs. Let the bloom help to preserve their freshness. If you are worried about hygiene, wash the egg right before using it. Keeping a clean coop, with fresh bedding added to nesting areas regularly, helps keep eggs clean, so you do not need to wash them. Eggs can be cracked, separated, and stored in the freezer safely for as long as a year. Enjoy your farm fresh eggs. We hope to see you again in our next videos, or on our blog. We publish new articles daily. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.